Welcome to the NLL's 40th anniversary celebration, live from Saskatchewan. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you this evening as a showdown in the best lacrosse league takes stage as we look back at 40 years of history in the NLL.
All the best things born in 1986. Yours truly, and 40 years ago today, the National Lacrosse League. With the original four teams, the Thunder, the Saints, the Wings, and the Wave. And I am now campaigning, Cody. Somebody needs to bring the name Wave back. It is low-key a sneaky good name, I think.
Yeah, the Pro League, as it was originally called. Tonight we got a good one too. The Saskatchewan Rush hosting the San Diego Seals, a matchup that we could see later on, maybe time or so. I want to talk about the offenses though, because for San Diego, Trey Leclaire, he's impressed me this year.
Certainly, having a breakout season as Mr. Leclaire. Coming into this one, 51 points on the season. His career high, Cody, is 58, so he could potentially tie tonight. I think he's got some favorable matchups on the Rush D. We're going to wait and see, but I think Trey Leclaire is going to continue his hot streak, his career season. Tonight in the last two games, he's got 7 points, so I expect good things out of Mr. Leclaire.
And maybe we haven't talked about Zach Mans as much because of the great season Ryan Keenan's been having. He can be in the shadows to some extent, but he had 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points against Rochester in their last game. I'm looking to him to have a big outing.
Oh, certainly. I remember our production meeting this week, Cody, and we're like, we haven't highlighted Zach Mans yet. Guy's got 29 goals this season. Mans has been an integral part of this offense since arriving at Saskatchewan, and he's dangerous from anywhere in the floor. He can stop and pop and shoot. You see nice little crease twister. Called him Airmans a few times this season. He's a guy that when the ball is in his stick, he's going to do good things. And again, also on a hot streak, 10 points in his last 2 games before the bottom.
Well, you got the top team in the league and the 8th place team in the league. Looking at this, doing my math, that's a potential round 1 matchup.
Oh, it'd be a sweet round 1 matchup, but I just like how tight the entire standings board is. 3 wins separating 9th all the way to 1st. Cody, we're in for a treat tonight.
Taking a look at tonight's starting netminders for San Diego. Chris Riglieri gets the call. He's 6-4 this season. A save percentage 8-5 to 8 goals against average department. His career 200 feet across the floor from him. 10-2 this year. Against average 800 save percentage. 2-0 versus his former team in San Diego. Second in goals against average. Trevor Baptiste, Jake Naso at the stripe. Ref is ready. Ball is down and we are underway. It's a Saturday night in Saskatchewan. Eli Gobrecht has the loose ball and San Diego makes their way up the floor wearing their white road threads, purple shoulder trim. Saskatchewan in green, going right to left on your TV screen. Westberg with the ball. Team leader in points finds Courier, who'll send it to Small. Corey Small now. That shot got soaked by Mike Messenger. The birthday boy takes one off the ear early. Shot's going to bounce off the end wall and go all the way back down the floor. Now the Rush will get a throw out there on the floor. Led this season by Ryan Keenan. A team lead 31 goals, 43 points for the 31-year-old out of Oshawa, Ontario. Keenan starts with it, hits Brock Haley up. Former Whitby Warriors junior A-star Robert Church on the peel. Back for Keenan. Pick on Mance. Keenan now cutting back. The lefty surveying the floor. Shanks is in the corner. Awkward angle shot there. He's got his first save.
Teams that have done well against Saskatchewan have kept them to the outside. That is clearly San Diego's game plan. It's something to keep an eye on this evening, Cody.
Trey Leclaire goals against Saskatchewan. These two teams met last month down at Pechanga Arena. Courier for Watson. Leclaire now up top. Watson has the pass go over his head, and Levi Virch comes up. Lays a slash on Courier. Aaron pass won't get grabbed by Berg. Scratches in tonight's game for Saskatchewan. Clark Walter, Jarrett Smith for San Diego. It's Noah and Chris Kavanaugh. Pat Kavanaugh was moved to the injured list. Zach Deacon checks into the active roster. Robert Church, a healthy whack. He'll go over the top, trying to go far side. That goes wide. Mans now back for Josh Zawada. Zawada, NCAA product out of Michigan and Duke. Bouncer. It's the glove of Riglieri. Something eye on. Watching back the Halifax game, their first couple of goals, both bouncers on a Riglieri. We'll see if Saskatchewan tries to tap into the book here. 3 righties on the floor. Robert Churches, Anderson. Calgary, Alberta product. Shanks is inside. Great defense on him. Wasn't able to get a shot on goal. Man's a little slow to get up behind the play. As he'll jog off for a change.
The ref of back-to-back overtime losses and a sitting at 10-3 on the season, seeing if they can bounce back on their 2-game losing slide.
Corey Small now takes a chop from Messenger. Barnable defending Ben McIntosh. Corner finds Small trying to go 5-hole, and Chiliano drops down to make his for the game.
Corey Small has been a guy that's had some big games against the Rush in the past. I know he is lined up for a big one, same Rush player in Ben McIntosh, both wanting to continue at SaskTel Center.
Wall finds Shumay, and that's another left pad save by Frank Chiliano. 3 of these forwards for San Diego have actually played with the Rush organization. Corey Small, obviously, with the Rush back in 2010 to 2015. You've also got Ben McIntosh and Berg's up top. Back door! Robinson! Frank Chiliano with one of the best saves you'll season.
Almost a repeat of a highlight reel save from last year. Frank Chiliano gets that stick up to absolutely rob Connor Robinson. Somebody call the RCMP.
Brock Haley up top for Zawada. We'll see if the offense can pay back their netminder. Haley stopped. Church can't get the rebound.
Well, you know that's going to give the offense a little bit of a spark there. Caught on their heels. The whole team caught on their heels as San Diego's looked like the better of the 2 clubs early on in this one. But Frank Chiliano turning momentum with that stop.
LeClaire on the logo. Out of the corner. Courier now. LeClaire. Hard pick got sent by Berg as Clellan went flying.
Berg playing his 150th game tonight. He's also 1 marker short, 300 on his career. He knows this place well from his time with the Calgary Roughnecks.
Austin Shanks. Wrong side of the road. Finds Mans. Tried a little step back. Pick got set. And pass got blocked down by White.
Got to say the Rush looking a little rusty. They've had some problems in first quarters this season. That seems to be even more so the case coming off of bye week. Meanwhile, San Diego, they look fresh, they look rested, they look ready to roll and hold on to that final playoff spot tonight, Cody.
Westburn, 4 of the Calgary Roughnecks played in this building in the Battle of the Prairies. Now Courier on the roll. 5 to shoot, little fadeaway. That got blocked by Matt Gaccio with Rob. And that'll cause a shot clock violation.
Yeah, great job there by the Rush defenders. You verge into this game as the Rush want to get a little bit tougher and bigger physical for tonight, and that's what the pick brings.
Robert Church. Little back pedal in the half wall. Brock Haley, big step down, trying to go 5-hole. Riglieri denies him.
One of the
Rebound
hardest
falls
shots
to
in the league.
Gobrecht. It's up the floor. The Chicos with the score. Ari Steenhouse first, his first in the league, and it's 1-0 Seals.
St. Catherine's product. Looks like a time or two, but instead it's his first goal across league on the league's 40th anniversary tonight, and a little bit of shenanigans post-goal as well. Looks like Jake Boudreau headed to the box. So Gobrecht as well. Have to assume the matching goals, but a defensive breakdown there by Saskatchewan. Position. Lots of room to run here, Cody, but that goal just created by a defensive breakdown there for Saskatchewan, and some good hustle there by the young Mr. Steenhouse to get back for his first career goal. Congratulations to him.
NLL ties are up in that family. I know we've talked about the 40th anniversary celebration. We've got the NLL family ties, father, son. It's involved in this game. San Diego's first in Saskatchewan, and the Rush find themselves down 1-0. They're 5-2 this year. Opponent does open the scoring. No panic at a Jimmy Quinlan's side. He said this morning, hey, we've tried to figure out our starts. We've got here earlier. We've gone here later. We've talked to them. It's up to the guys now to get going. As Mance puts one in the pants of Origlieri.
Yeah, that's a great point, Cody. No matter right, it's just been slow start after start for this club, and I think that it's almost one of those things where lose a couple games in a row to maybe try to figure it out. So that's something I want to keep my eye on.
They know they're getting everyone's best as Courier, a couple of pump fakes, sets up by Chiliano. Bobby Kidd the third rebound, and then he got a double team. One hands it up the floor for Barnable. Rush have a 3-on, is off the bench. Robert Church stopped by Origlieri.
Church was wide open for a second. Barnable couldn't connect. Origlieri's best save this early on in the contest.
4-on-4, there is plenty of space out there. Leclerc's the other righty, one-on-one with Matt Accioni. Leclerc trying to spin back, fadeaway, scores! Trey Leclerc with an absolute missile goes under the bar. It's 2-0 Seals.
An absolute missile while being knocked off balance and going to. That is the talent of Trey Leclerc. We highlighted him in the pregame, Cody. Very good reason. Just look at this. He's got 2 rush defenders in his face. He's still able to come up with, rip that ball low to low, and the amount of must he on that and beat Chiliano. I don't think Chiliano saw it till it was behind him. What a share. Leclerc up to 20 season.
93 opens the scoring, 33 follows it up, and the San Diego squad has 2 early. Naso and Baptiste, New York versus New Jersey at the stripe in the prairies. Maybe the only 2 from those areas of America. This one gets thrown back now. Danny Logan running it down, and he's got a breakaway. Logan airborne, stopped by Chiliano.
This should be a 4-0 game, Cody. If it wasn't for the Frank Chiliano, San Diego very much team early in this one.
Foot is on the pedal. San Diego has 2, the Rush have none.
This is the moment you waited all week for. The March to May is heating up. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
Warriors. Bandits. The NLL returns to TSN in Week 19.
Field and Saskatchewan Center. Now, both these 2 teams have had very similar trajectories for the past couple weeks. 2 weeks ago, they both had back-to-back games, experienced both 2 losses, and then they haven't played since. Ask both coaches, what does it take to get back on track after a double L? For Coach Pat Merrill with the San Diego Seals, he says that he's actually pretty happy with the way those teams played both those games. It's just that last 4th quarter, and that's what they got to get into playoff mode this time of year. They've got to be closing out games better. On the other side, both those Saskatchewan Rush ended in overtime. Derek Keenan said, I think my guys were tired. We made a few mental mistakes, and then the ball was in our net. And so this bye week has provided what those, which is just a little bit of R&R. We're not going to judge them here by the first quarter, are we, John?
No, Heather. The evidence so far is showing that whatever San Diego did seems to be working better than the Rush so far.
Brock Haley off the reset, down for Church, over to Keenan. Ryan Keenan swim move. Pull it back on Shumate. Great defense being played right 15 on the shot clock. No need to rush it for Saskatchewan. On the roll. That goes off. Barkley out of play.
Shumay there doing everything he could on the captain, Ryan Keenan, keeping him to the outside. Never got a clean look. That's a matchup I'm enjoying watching so far. The 6'4", 210 of the Surrey Bees. Patrick Shumay winning the early bat with the captain of the Rush right now.
Mans and Keenan play pass on the far side. Nothing seal. Steenhouse and Leclerc goals. Austin Shanks down for Sens. Shanks up top, ball with the pass, and here goes Shumay. Mans is the lone man. For Watson, far side, put it in the corner. Keenan will try and chase down Shumay. He'll find Connor Robinson and go for a change. Westburn, Capital squad, 35 assists, 50 points this season. Corey Small now. Stick goes for a twin in transition. Adam J goes up the floor. Has Bar with them. Zawada's on the middle as well as Zach Deacon slows down the transition play. Levi Anderson, former junior in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League. Barnable will stay in play inside for Anderson. He's denied by a Riglieri.
Like seeing Anderson's ability to use his size there to get in tight to the dirty areas. You know, San Diego's game plan is keep the rush outside. They've been able to go far in this one. So guys like Anderson are going to have to take shots and get inside.
Robinson now. He'll run it to the left. McIntosh up there. Waits for a pick from Berg. McIntosh trying to pass it back. McNaught. Accioni in there like a jerk. Took back from Westberg. That one isn't going to feel great as the defense causes a shot clock violation.
As he is no worse for wear, though, Matt Accioni, tough as nails, jumps back and gets back to work.
Connor McClellan for Robert Church, and Graydon Bradley was all over him. 28-year-old out of Vernon, BC, now a mainstay defender on this San Diego Seals. Tough matchup with Robert Church this evening, but so far he's got the better of him. Shots are dead even. San Diego, the only team the lamp. Robin for Leclerc, around Verch. Middle scores! Say it didn't go in. I wonder if the red flag reaches the rug. That will be behind Chiliano, and somehow it didn't go.
Pat Merrill is on the iPad as we speak, but does not appear to be reaching for the challenge flag.
Backdoor, and Corey Smalls denied.
Frank Chiliano is keeping this team in it. They've been giving up some grade A opportunities. San Diego looking great early on in this one, but Chiliano, to me, Cody, having the best first quarter he's had all year, and it's keeping his team in it right now.
Well, no challenge flag. Got psyched out in the booth, I guess. Zach Mans, one-on-one with Logan. Down for Barnable. Keenan now room to shoot. Hands are free. Riglieri top of the arc to make the save.
That's the second consecutive offensive set that Ryan Barnable has been out there, Cody. Normally plays defense, so I want to keep an eye on that, see if that's going to be something regular. He is able to bang and crash from that one spot, so keep an eye on where Barnable's playing this one.
Inside, McIntosh scores. Benny Mack in his own barn, old barn, makes it 3-0.
You texted me this morning, Cody, and you said Benny Mack's having himself a day at shoot-around. He's buzzing around, and as he did so many times at that exact spot on this exact turf, Benny Mack crease side, quick stick or a quick little move. That's what this guy has been doing his entire career. One of the nice guys in the league. I know you probably just read his lips on the replay there, but I can assure you, one of the nicest guys in the league. Having a resurgent season is the Drexel product with his 11th of the year in just 9 games. I know that's one guy that ever since he left Saskatchewan, fans have been clamoring for him to come back.
Goal number 347 in his National Lacrosse League career. No, there's a few Macintosh jerseys in green running around SaskTel Center tonight. Unfortunately, the Rush fans find themselves down by 3. Robert Church now. That'll buzz the tower of Chris Riglieri.
That would take it right off the mask. He's no worse for errors. Our officials do the good job and the correct job of checking in on him.
LeClair's up top here. McIntosh doesn't have to send the pick. Accione's up on LeClair. LeClair spins. McIntosh with a little bit of a cross check there. They're going to call that a moving pick, and that reaction says it all. McIntosh, though, the latest goal scorer, makes it 3-0 Seals. The NLL's March to May is brought to you by STX Lacrosse and Nike Lacrosse, the official equipment providers of the NLL, and by TFL Sports. Collect the stars of the National Lacrosse League with officially licensed trading cards and sticker albums. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL.
Welcome back inside SaskTel Center. 3-0 San Diego over the Saskatchewan Rush. As we take a look right now as their road versus home record. San Diego, the Road Warriors, sit at 4-1. Meanwhile, nobody has been able to make the Rush bleed their own blood on the neon green turf here at SaskTel Center. But could the Seals' abilities on the road be the first team to do that? So far, so good if you're a San Diego fan.
Potential round one matchup. It's Cody James and John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you this evening live from Co-op Field in Saskatchewan. Robert Church over to Ryan Keenan, the captain. Spin down, pass up top. Anderson couldn't handle it. Shanks now. He'll survey from the corner. Trying to hit Keenan. He'll spin back. Still 7 to work with, and he throws a one-handed pass to the middle.
Keenan is the object of the Seals' affection right now, Cody. Everywhere he goes, he's got a body on him. He breaks loose. You see a guy like Danny Logan slide down and lay some body, but they've got somebody heading off to the bin of sin here, Cody.
Eli Gobrick goes off for slashing, and now the Rush power play, that's 53%, gets to go to work.
Well, that one got up a little high on the shoulders there on Robert Church. Pretty cut and dry call there. That'll send the Rush to the power play.
Church up top, righty strong look. Shanks now goes to the middle, room to shoot, and that one's blocked. Church trying to grab the loose ball. Haley has it, flips it back for Church. Double step down, and he scores. The all-time points leader gets Saskatchewan on the board. It's a power play marker to cut the lead down to 2.
Well, if anybody's going to get this team going, who else would you expect but the all-time franchise leader in points, Mr. Bobby Church, the Coquitlam product, just doing what he does. You leave him time and space like that to shoot. Great work on that far side too. Brock Haley, we've talked a lot about how he's been going to the dirty areas there. A little bit of a pick there on Courier, just enough to open up Church to find and shoot and score. And the Rush on the board for the first time tonight, Cody.
That doesn't happen without Haley doing the dirty work there. Getting the loose ball, one arms it back. Obviously Church with the great finish, but it's the little plays that end up on the scoreboard. At the TV timeout, they ran a tribute on the Jumbotron for Robert Church, who is now the franchise leader in points. So perfect timing. Can't script it much better. Also had the OT winner in this building against Vancouver a few weeks ago. Accione slows it down. Rush trail wide 2 with 2:20 left to go in the opening frame. Mance. Swim move by Baptiste. Robert Church again. Defender got his stick in the way. Shanks loads and scores. Austin Shanks slides 1-5 hole. It's 3-2.
The old betwixt the pantaloons there for Austin Shanks. That again, Robert Church starting that one up. They get the old members bounce off the back glass. Take a look here. The old bounce off the back glass. Shanks is Johnny on the spot, just gets it on net. Bouncers will go. We saw that a little bit against Origlieri in prior games. Shanks knows that, throws it on net, bouncer between the legs, and he's got 24 on the season. And I'd like to know what Jimmy Quinlan said to his team during that second media timeout, because they look completely different here, Cody.
Well, the power play turns the tides, that's for sure. And sometimes one undisciplined play against one of the best power plays in the league can really swing that momentum. Now the offense for a response. Watson far side. Kicked out by Chiliano. He's now up to 7 saves in the opening quarter. Ben McIntosh over 680 points in the National League. Pass got knocked down by McClelland. He'll swipe it over to Virch. Levi Virch playing his 3rd NLL game. Victoria product. Suits in with Holden Garland going to the IR. Ryan Keenan has Mans in there to help. Keenan's going to drive, backhand flip. Ends up with Robert Church again. 8 to shoot. Back to Keenan. Shumay got his stick in the way. Inside. Zawada scores! Air Z ties it at 3.
And a shift in offensive game plan is obvious here for Saskatchewan. They knew that Ryan Keenan has been taken away. You saw that again there by some good work by Shumay. He gets just enough time to absolutely thread the needle to Zawada. Goes up in the air like he's Super Mario. Avoids the crease. Buries it. What a great pass there by the captain. He knew he was coming, put it on a wire where he was the only one who could get it. And then another one of the guys we've been complimenting for doing dirty work all season, Cody. Josh Zawada gets his 7th of the season, and the Rush have absolutely turned this one around.
Robert Church had 4 and 4 against San Diego in their barn. He's now got a goal and 2 assists back in SaskTel Center in the opening quarter against the Seals. The Rush have had Chris Origlieri's number here. He's 1 and 4 against Sask when playing, and a 700 save percentage. On pace for a career year, though, the way he's been kicking it down in California. Seals look for a response. It's in the pocket of Trey LeClaire. Defended by Barnable. Berg sets the pick. Watson up top. Small for Berg. Berg twister, arm stump. Boudreau now knocked to the turf by Berg. Haas 6 up the floor. Dozen seconds left in the quarter. Chiliano's to the bench. It's 6 on 5. Rush do have to hurry though. 5 seconds to run something. Keenan for Shanks. Back to Mans. Anderson's in the corner, and Danny Logan is going to push him into the wall, and that's how quarter number 1 comes to a close. San Diego had the first 3. Saskatchewan was the next 3. Church, Shanks, and Zawada have us even Steven after 15 minutes.
Well, we're all tied up here in Saskatoon between the San Diego Seals and the Saskatchewan Rush. The trade deadline for the NLL has come and passed, and neither of these teams made a move. I had a chance to ask both coaches about it. Coach Pat Merrill with the San Diego Seals says he would just be making a trade for the sake of making a trade. In fact, he thinks it would actually be taking a step backwards. He's so happy with the chemistry and the momentum that his team has been building this year. And on the other side of the floor, those coaches, they're happy with their teams. Derek Keenan says he talked about it with Jimmy Quinlan extensively, and they decided not to make a move. One thing in particular they're happy with is their depth. There's been times where they haven't been able to cover injuries, and it's put them in a concerning position, but that's not the case this year. Jared Smith stepping in a number of times this season, and tonight Levi Virch is out there for Holden Garland.
Thank you, Heather. 3-3 is the score. Jake Naso Baptiste back at the strength to start quarter number 2. Naso 4 for 7. Now it's 4 wins apiece, and Saskatchewan's going to take a penalty here. Delayed call. Origlieri to the bench.
Face-off battle between 2 of the best of the league. Baptiste at 77%. Naso coming in tonight to 67%. You know, I love good face-off battles, Cody. I love it. We got one in store tonight.
McIntosh, 5 holes, scores. Cancel the power play. It's a 6-on-5 goal, and it's 4-3 San Diego.
Can I say it because he used to play for them? Goes betwixt the pantaloons, does Ben McIntosh, something I said a whole bunch of times when he played here for Saskatchewan. So here's a penalty off the draw there. Naso and Baptiste get tied up. They're going to get Naso for a trip there, and then with the extra man out, Ben McIntosh, as we said earlier, you've seen it so many times in this building, just sets up on that spot. His dangerous shot goes between the legs of Chiliano, and after 7 or 8 10-bell saves in the first quarter, that's one maybe Frank would like back, but I think he gets a pass, Cody. He's the reason that San Diego's not up by about a dozen.
12th goal of the season for McIntosh, and the Seals lead by 1. They've won twice here in this building. They're 2-3 all time. Both those wins were 12-11 also, as Robert Church goes airborne, and we're tied 4-4.
I think the video tribute made Robert Church extremely angry. They did a video tribute during one of the TV timeouts here in the first quarter, acknowledging Church as the all-time franchise leader. Church did not look happy while it was playing because his team was down 3-rip. Now, Church has 4 points, 2 goals, and we're all tied up at 4. A little irritation at maybe an ill-timed video tribute, and Robert Church and the rest of his squad have woken up. Robert Church jumping into the air. You can hear the boing from up here. Goes over the shoulder of Origlieri, and we're back at even.
Well, the Poco boys are in an absolute battle as Robert Church and Ben McIntosh, a couple of lifelong friends, tearing up the score sheet right now. Both have 2 apiece, and their teams are tied at 4. Chiliano with the save on Watson. Yeah, outlet this one to Mike Messenger, birthday boy in Saskatchewan. Robert Church, hat-trick hunting. Zach Mann, short side. That'll peel some paint off the pipe. Reset comes. Levi Anderson's the 5th forward. Mans for Shanks. Church sets the pick, and Shanks tried to slip one inside to him. It was picked off. Seals will run. White pushed out by Bobby Kidd III. Westberg defended by Matt Accioni. Courier runs around Shanks, caught back on defense. Chiliano stops him.
It's great awareness there by Courier. He knew he had a forward stuck back on defense, turned on the gas, led to a grade A scoring chance.
Wouldn't be a bold statement to say he's one of the smartest players in the league. As the Rush offense heads north, Levi Anderson for Josh Zawada. Zawada played some minor box lacrosse in Cranbrook, BC. Over to Anderson, who's stopped by Origlieri. Baptiste and Barkley will get the loose ball, and the Seals want to run. Watson's the forward off the bench. DeChico pushed back by Messenger.
Messenger came out of nowhere there. Looked like DeChico had an open lane to the net. Messenger springs up and stops him.
McIntosh for Watson. Here's Leclerc, flips it. Berg for McIntosh, and I believe the defender got a stick in the way. Virtual grab it off the boards. And now he'll get up there, but in reverse transition, the Seals got 3 out quick. Robert Church one-on-one with Stenos. Stenos has a goal and an assist in that opening quarter. Church is looking for the hat trick, and that one bounces out of play.
His first career goal, and it was a thing of beauty, coming in on a 2-on-0 and burying past one of the best in the league in Frank Chiliano.
And his first career assist for the 19-year-old.
It's not bad at 19.
Anderson down to Zawada. Zawada had 1 in the opening frame. Mans for Church. Anderson now, a little bit of space out there, and he rips it off Mans.
Yeah, a little friendly fire never feels good. Mans got pushed right in the shooting lane there by the San Diego defense, and now probably has a welt on his back to show for his efforts.
Connor Robinson. Stick check by Bobby Kidd III. Westberg. Berg will spin it back. One hands it towards the net. Chiliano got a piece of it, and Berg's going to draw a penalty.
One of those good penalties to take, as Westberg was so close to his 300th career goal. Connor McClellan, not with a lot of options, had to slow him down, or you think that that was going to be a goal. So instead, the Rush are going to take their chances here on the penalty kill, as McClellan will spend 2 minutes or less in the bin of sin.
It's time for a single.
Here's another look at the penalty.
As soon as the hand comes off, you know that's getting called, especially close proximity to the net.
Berg's up top. Corey Small in the shooter spot. Watson to Leclerc. Trey Leclerc back for Watson. Berg to Watson, low to low. Caught the left shoulder of Chiliano. Now Leclerc swatted that one awfully close to being on the crease.
Messenger with a partial block on that one too, Cody. His 13th of the season.
Berg flips it, McIntosh takes it. Power play continues. Seals have a 6-on-5 goal already tonight. Berg, Small. Berg up top, Small, 5-hole attempt. Chiliano falls back and keeps it out.
Gets the members bounce on this one. The Rush penalty kill on the season, 61%. They're 4th in the league. Meanwhile, San Diego's power play, despite all the firepower, struggled a little bit so far, sitting at 11th at 41%. They're one of those teams that you look at and you see the offensive talent and you go, of course, their power play is going to be an absolute weapon. Just hasn't been so far this year for them.
Rush also lead the league with 9 shorthanded goals. A lot of athleticism on this offense, and that's what you need when you're down a man. Ryan Keenan with it. Mans is on that near side. Haley and Zawada across the floor. Brock Haley put it on net, and Origlieri absorbs it. "40 seconds left for the Seals power play to work with. Corey Small, over 960 points in his NLL career. Leclerc has some room. Small steps down, and Messenger, another shot block.
This time with the face. You can see Messenger rattling his head as that one went directly off his face mask and the cage.
And Small has to drop that one. Matt Hossack thought he might have had an opportunity, but we're at a media timeout, and that shot clock violation means it does get blown down. Robert Church has 2, the Rush have 4, and we're tied inside SaskTel Center.
This is the moment you waited all week for. The march to May is heating up. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
Warriors. Bandits.
Oh, what a move!
The NLL returns to TSN in Week 19.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in SaskTel Center. 2 goals for Robert Church in the first half here of this game. And John, I heard you positing perhaps it was that video tribute. It's also very possible it was some words from Derek Keenan. Let's go back to February 7th. The last time these 2 teams matched up, there was very quiet from the top 4 scorers of the Saskatchewan Rush in the first half. And Derek Keenan said he went up to Mans, Church, Shanks, and his son, Keenan, in the locker room. And he said, hey, we need the big 4 to get going here. Robert Church obviously taking him very seriously, and putting up 4 goals in the second half there. But he said that all guys, Gary Keenan said that all guys got out and contributed. So they're not necessarily looking to Church to repeat that performance here tonight, but they do need all of the big four to be chipping in.
Thanks a bunch, Heather. And Derek Keane is the kind of man you'd think old school coach that would yell a lot. Nah, he's a man that when he speaks, you shut up and listen. And those guys know that.
Well, the big four need some run support at times, too. And Zawada, Haley, and Anderson have been all over the place as Haley got stopped again. Riglieri has made at least 3 saves now on Brock Haley as we got an Orangeville-Whitby matchup.
Seen each other a few times, I'm sure, over the years. Especially when Brock Haley had that just dominant junior career out in Ontario.
LeClaire one-on-one with Boudreau. Up top for Courier. Courier stepped out. That's right in the midsection of Bobby Kidd III. He's going to try track it down on the logo. Jake Boudreau wants to run. Had 2 goals against San Diego in their February meeting, but he's pushed back.
Team's paying a lot more attention to 43 whenever he catches the ball these days. He likes to go, and he's got the green light for this Rush team.
Keenan calling for some help. Tries to throw it down for Austin Shanks. It's over his head, and the Seals defense recovers, and it's thrown away. Hossack picked it off. Hossack has Shanks coming off the bench. 5-hole, it's stopped by a Riglieri.
Shanks on the wrong side of the road, but a great scoring chance.
Now, generally, you'd throw a lefty out that gate. We've seen Zach Mans probably score a dozen goals that way. This time, since Shanks was the 5th forward back and that turnover was so quick, they didn't have time to switch it up.
Well, great job getting that shot away even for Shanks. Never mind making it a grade A scoring chance. Riglieri up to the task, though.
LeClaire far side. That's off the left toe of the Rush netminder.
Fresh 30 here for San Diego. Another former member of the Rush, Connor Robinson, be first touching here.
At 11 points in 11 games as a member of the Rush before he was traded down to Denver. McIntosh. Up top, Robinson. That shot got soaked by Messenger, and Barnable's up the floor. Now Mans is the first forward off the bench. Barnable's got some room, and he rips it glove side wide.
That's more according to plan for the Rush, but instead Barnable keeping on this one. Now remember, Barnable plays a little bit of forward in the summer, so he knows what he's doing down on that offensive end. Just missing on that one.
Small for Berg. McIntosh inside. Bobby Kidd III has it in the corner, and then he one-armed it, and now Watson just took a run at Chiliano. Frank Chiliano is not exactly thrilled, and the Rush without a ton of response here as Watson with a dangerous play taking a run at the Rush netminder.
Well, the officials got in there quick to kind of stop the shenanigans. But you're right, Watson going for the legs. Intentionally, unintentionally, it's a dangerous play no matter what. Verch kind of knocks him into the goaltender. It looks like he's trying to go more towards the front there. He wants a scoring chance, but no, it's Verch that knocks him into the goal and into the legs of Chiliano. So Watson is still going to get the 2, but I honestly don't know what he could have done maybe a little differently.
You watch it back, obviously, and that's credit to the truck for showing us those reviews. But I would have to agree with you. You cannot push the forward into your netminder and expect them to get the penalty. They are responsible for where they go, and you are responsible for where you push them.
Right, certainly, but I mean, Watson's already lifting off there, right? I mean, that's a hard one to avoid. Obviously, no malicious intent there for Watson. The correct call is made, 2 for goalie interference, but by no means a dirty shot.
Rush for 1 for 1 on the power play. Second crack at it. Mance over to Church. Anderson, crease side inside. Church bounces it out. Keenan has it. Backdoor feed. Shanks trying to go 5-hole.
Riglieri up to the task there. 2 big saves on the power play look. Well, the only time we've seen any Saskatchewan forwards inside of the San Diego D.
LeClaire now. Seals only have 2 shorthanded goals this season. Robinson inside, spins around Messenger and scores. Connor Robinson has his 18th of the season, and the Seals go back up by 1.
The patented Dwight Schrute spin move for Connor Robinson. And the reverse broadcaster jinx, Cody. Right as you said, no shorthanded goals for the Seals. Bam, Connor Robinson spin move, burns Mike Messenger there, and a great shot there past Chiliano, and San Diego back in the lead. Often on broadcast, I've called Connor Robinson the one that got away for the rush. This management team's had a pretty good job of identifying who to keep and who to get rid of, but Robinson to me was a misfire. He's a great player in this league, and he's got 18 on the season.
Naso and Baptiste back to battle at the dot. Baptiste wants to run with it. He'll fire low, and that's punched out by Chiliano.
Baptiste with 2 goals on the season.
He's got the green light. He's got 16 in his career.
Oh, certainly, and he also plays a fairly regular shift for the Seals on defense too, so he's out there a lot more than a guy like Naso. So you know he's got a green light wherever he is.
Man's up top, lefty strong look on the power play. Keenan inside for Church. Anderson now step down for Shanks. Shanks bouncer got deflected.
Grayson Bradley, great work on that penalty kill shift. First he breaks up the play, and then he gets right into the face of Shanks. I believe he might have even had that ball go off of him, at the very least a stick, but great work there for the Vernon product.
Ben McIntosh finds Robinson. The righty and the lefty will now switch spots on the floor. Seals back to even strength in 10 seconds when Dylan Watson gets out of the box. Berg down for McIntosh. Oh, we had a little bit of room there, and Chiliano got it with his left hand.
Couldn't quite get everything on it. Ended up being a bit of an off-speed pitch there from Ben McIntosh. Almost fooled Chiliano, though. Curveball gets you sometimes, Cody.
Brock Haley for Keenan. Captain didn't get all he wanted on it. Haley now has the loose ball. Thought about a dunk attempt to Riglieri. Covered the crossbar. Zach Mans now buzzes the tower. This could be a break back the other way. Steenhouse looking for his second. Has some room when he whips it wide.
Had some mustard on that as well, Cody. I thought that was bouncing us up to us here in the broadcast booth. Great shot there. Steenhouse has really impressed me in this one.
His eyes got a little bigger when the ball went in the pocket, but it's Connor Robinson who's given the Seals a 5-4 lead.
Well, welcome back to Co-op Field in SaskTel Center. Well, Connor Robinson on the board tonight. Last time these two teams matched up, he lit the lamp 4 times for the San Diego Seals. Now, Coach Pat Merrill knew exactly what he was getting when he picked up Robinson this season, because they had played against him so often in the Western Conference when he was with Colorado that they knew exactly the type of player that they were getting on the floor. What surprised him was what he got off the floor, what he brought leadership-wise, personality-wise, character-wise, and he says he's just bringing that championship experience as well. And I heard your comments earlier, John, about letting Connor Robinson go and how that's been tough for the Saskatchewan wrestler. He's the one that got away. Derek Keenan's memory, he did say they traded him to Colorado for a first-round draft pick where they picked up Jake Boudreau. So I do think that is a pretty good addition to the Rush, and they're probably pretty happy with that.
I guess that worked out just fine in the end. I still love Connor Robinson's game, though.
Rush looking for a response, down by 1. Austin Shanks has it inside for Robert Church. He'll throw a BTB that's soaked up by the Seals netminder.
Cody, the math has gotten simple tonight now for the Rush. Win and you're into the postseason after Vancouver beat Georgia 14-7. And a bit of a surprising spread in that one.
Berg over to Courier. Berg with the step down. Messenger blocked it, and now it's a bit of a pop fly. Barnable just blocked the shot. No reset as Berg fires it into the net a little bit late. Now Jay looking for someone to grab a hold of. Messenger comes in and cooler heads prevail.
As they usually do when Mike Messenger approaches the scrum. But a little bit of hot potato there. Looked like Adam Jay was trying to yard it down the floor, but instead in and out, looking like some of the baseball we've been watching early on in the spring here, Cody.
For our American viewers tonight, congrats on the World Baseball Classic quarterfinal win. Zawada denied by Riglieri.
And for those of us with the Italian heritage, to the semis, Cody!
DeChico on the logo. Pushed back by Matt Hossack, last year's NLL Defender of the Year. Robinson for Courier. Courier got around Verch. McIntosh fires and scores. The hat trick for Benny Mack, and it's 6-4 Seals.
Cody, is this the year 2026 or 2016? Ben McIntosh running back the clock here in Saskatoon. He has a 5-goal game this year, and he might be getting to that mark tonight. The hat trick marker stands and rips this one past Chiliano in some frustration as he couldn't quite see that one. He lets his defense hear about that one. I'm sure conversation will be had at halftime, but Ben McIntosh, hat trick, SaskTel Center.
Former first overall pick back in 2014. Yeah, you mentioned 2016. He had 36 goals with the Rush. 2018, he actually had 46 that year. Yes, the Rush won the championship both years, and Ben McIntosh has 3 rings thanks to the Green Machine. DeChico gives for Courier. 2 minutes and change left to go in the opening half. Leclerc on the restraining line for McIntosh. Around Messenger, Berg cutting down the middle. He's pushed down. This score was 6-4 at halftime back in February when these two teams met in the coast in California. Seals off to another hot start. Messenger, little spin. Thought about driving inside. He's behind the net. Pass up top. Anderson for Shanks. Church sets the pick. Shanks now. Shot got blocked by Shoemaker. 5 to work with. Awkward hop off the boards, and the Seals recover.
And Shoemaker's had a great job, a great game so far in this one, Cody. Just keeping all those Rush stars to the outside.
McIntosh has to grab it off the boards. Up top, McIntosh try to float that one far side. Robinson has it, 10 to shoot. Back to McIntosh, looking for 4 as Chiliano drops down into the hockey-style butterfly.
And interestingly enough, McIntosh and all of the Seals seem to be going low on Chiliano. You saw him get a little shaken up in a collision with Watson earlier, and he's been fighting a lower body injury this year, so you have to think that's on the mind of the San Diego offense.
Outside of a minute 40 stretch in that first quarter, the Rush offense has been a little cold as Haley almost picked up a rebound off that Keenan shot. They got it off early enough in this way. If they get the ball back, they would get another possession before the second quarter comes to a close. Courier has it up top, 18 on the shot clock, about a 10-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Corey Small now, he had his hands free. Bobbled it, little toe drag around Bobby Kidd III. Robinson's on the run. Chiliano makes a save, and the Rush are going to get a timeout in.
Which is exactly what you want to do right before the half, especially down a goal here. Great awareness by Chiliano to get on top of that thing with bodies in and around his area. Gets the stoppage and allows his team to get the timeout and draw something up here. 6-on-5, hoping to cut the lead back down to 1 goal before they go to the locker rooms.
Coming up at the game, halftime here. We'll get to the game interview. Heather Morrison will have that. First half highlights. Of course, we better get another look at that Frank Chiliano save from the first quarter. That was phenomenal. And we'll get to trade deadline day. We're going to recap in that, of course. We'll get John's thoughts as trade deadline has gone and passed in the NLL. For the Rush, you get a 6-on-5. San Diego already has a 6-on-5 goal in this game. The Rush, I feel like that's a huge momentum boost if they're able to get one before halftime. On the flip side, the Seals get a big save from that man, Chris Origlieri. That momentum is going to go to the visitors.
Well, and you said it best, Cody. Outside of a couple-minute stretch there, the Rush offense has looked mostly disjointed through this one. So if they can figure out the defense on Origlieri, it's going to be a big momentum shift for them. But this San Diego defense has just been so good, especially 5-on-5, at keeping the Rush to the outside and not letting them get into the dirty areas that create the high-scoring chances. My bet's on San Diego here, Cody.
Brock Haley has it for Robert Church. Inside, Keenan, quick shot save made by Origlieri. Seals are going to have a chance at the empty net, and this one misses by inches. Graydon Bradley with the double skipper. That might be 8 inches to the right of the post. As Origlieri with the big save, and the Seals find themselves up by 2 at the half.
That's why you never want to go too early. I know Keenan was open there in the middle, but that was a grade A chance, and I think if the Seals knew that there was a little bit more time than they thought, they could have taken a step, made a move, and maybe taken a better shot at that empty net. But Saskatchewan gets the home team bounce as that goes just wide. But either way, still looking a little disjointed are the Rush.
Let's go down to the floor. Heather Morrison standing by with Ben McIntosh.
Your coach mentioned that discipline would be very important tonight. I know you haven't liked a few of the calls. How you've been keeping your head cool?
Yeah, I mean, it's heat of the moment. Honestly, refs are doing a great job out here. It's a tough game to ref, but no, it's been good. We got in trouble last time we played Saskatchewan with penalties, so yeah, it's a focus point for us.
Fourth quarter also very important. What do you need to do here in the second half?
It's a point we struggled with it this year, so we got to put 60 minutes together. This is the top team in the league right now, so we got to play 60 minutes to win here.
Thanks for your time, Ben. Appreciate it. Good luck in the second half.
Ben McIntosh back in SaskTel Center versus his former team has a massive opening half. It's a hat trick for him, and the Seals lead 6-4 on Saskatchewan. We'll break it down in the game halftime coming up next. We are at the game halftime here in Saskatchewan as the Seals lead the Rush 6-4. Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you. The Seals looking for a little bit of revenge after the Rush went down to San Diego a month ago, beat them. Now they're in Saskatchewan. Great start so far. Ben McIntosh, a former member of the Saskatchewan Rush, had a hat trick in the opening half.
Yeah, throwing it back as 2 former teammates going head-to-head in this one. First off, let's look at what Ben McIntosh has done. You've seen this so many times here as he was a member of the Rush for many seasons. Just that such a talented righty, such a talented shooter. You've seen it over and over again. He's got a hat trick here. I love seeing Benny Mac back to his scoring ways in this league.
Yeah, and his Poco buddy and Robert Church also having himself a heck of a first half, keeping Saskatchewan in it, really.
Oh, 100%. I think if Robert Church and Frank Chiliano aren't here, we're talking about how San Diego's already planning the trip home and their post-game dinner. But instead, Robert Church taking his team on his shoulders. He's got 4 points in this one, including 2 goals. And again, I want to see more out of the Rush. Maybe they're going to be inspired by Bobby Church's performance.
Now, Frank Chiliano had 16 saves in the opening half. I want to highlight just one of those, though, because it was spectacular in the opening frame.
To use one of our favorite terms, it was bananas land, Cody. Frank Chiliano's having himself a game, but my goodness, just absolutely robs Connor Robinson. I think I saw law enforcement authorities from both sides of the border creeping up on Mr. Chiliano because that was absolute robbery on Robinson.
Yeah, 10-bell save. Let's look at some of the stats from that opening half here as same 6-4 score that it was a month ago, and it's a little closer this time around.
Certainly. Everything right down. Shots on goal. 2 advantage for the Rush. San Diego, great battle on the dot. Rush with a power play goal. San Diego scooping up more loose balls and causing more turnovers. That's usually how you're going to win in this league.
But the one that matters, San Diego's got 6, the Rush have 4. More of the game halftime is coming up after the break. We are at the game halftime here in Saskatchewan. It's Cody Jans and John Fraser with you. And on Monday was trade deadline day. Yeah, it was a busy one for the GMs. A lot going on, especially as the day went along.
Certainly, Cody, and a bit of a unique one that none of the teams at the top really making the moves. It was all the teams in the mix for the final playoff spots that wanted to get in, because we know in this league, you get in, you got yourself a shot.
Let's start with Buffalo on this one. They made one of the bigger splashes here, bringing in another elite offensive weapon to help a team that has struggled a little bit offensively this year.
Certainly. Buffalo Joe is back where he belongs. And I wonder, Cody, if Buffalo doesn't win 2 straight last weekend, are they making this trade? Right? So I love the move. Buffalo has struggled a little bit offensively. Getting Buffalo Joe back is going to be huge for their offense. And really, again, they put the chips on the table. They knew they needed a pair of wins. They went out and got them. That means you can make a move at the deadline.
Yeah, you pick up a young gun in Lucas Nielsen as well. Played in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League. Got to throw that one in there.
Of course.
All right, let's go to Rochester, just down the road from Buffalo. Another team that said, hey, we got to add a little bit here. We want to be with the serious contenders in the league.
Certainly. Blaze Reardon coming into the Rochester Nighthawks. Again, another team wanting to punch their ticket in the March to May. He's got 18 points on the season, 8 years in the league. But, man, if you can get veteran offense in this league by only giving up a second-round pick all the way in 2027, I think you go ahead and do it. We know how key getting into the playoffs is, and it's going to be just a great playoffs. But, hey, not all these teams might not necessarily make it, so bit of a gamble here, trade deadline day.
Yeah, new weapon there. You also got a new coach in Randy Marins, a little bit of a different look. Hey, Reardon's a guy who's going to crash and bang for that team. Now on the East Coast, the Halifax Thunderbirds also shaking things up with a team pretty much opposite of the continent in Vegas.
Yeah, certainly. A long-distance trade on this one, if you will, as Halifax does get a lot younger, getting Casey Wilson. He was the 4th overall pick in the 2025 draft, giving up one of their cornerstone pieces on defense. I mean, this is win-win for both teams. You got a guy in Halifax, Casey Wilson, he's young, he can play right now. Meanwhile, Tyson Bell, a veteran defender, and also loading up on the picks for the Desert Dogs. This was just a good win-win trade for everybody involved.
Well, big additions on all ends. Saskatchewan, San Diego, a little quieter on trade deadline day, but don't go anywhere. We're going to check around the NLL when we come back as well. 3rd quarter, stay tuned. It's the Saskatchewan Rush and the San Diego Seals live from Co-op Field. Taking a look around the National Lacrosse League. Busy weekend, 2 games tonight. Calgary's up 7-2 on Ottawa at the half. Earlier today, Keegan Baldwin on a tear as they beat Georgia 14-7. Yesterday it was Buffalo, Toronto, and Oshawa as the victors. Tomorrow, Rochester takes on Las Vegas. Here in Sasktel Center, it's the Seals up 6-4 on Saskatchewan. Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you here for second half. It's a St. Paddy's Day celebration, and quarter number 3 is back underway. Naso won the face-off back. Barnabal got clobbered, and Hossack has the outlet. Naso now 6 for 13 against Trevor Baptiste as Messenger dumps this one down, and the Rush defense gets some fresh legs on the floor. Courier pushed down by Verch. Berg's up top. He'll throw it over. McIntosh has some room. Twister got stuck in the pants of Chiliano.
Messenger knew he couldn't make it down the floor in the couple of seconds. That's why he dumped it down. For those new to the game, you have 8 seconds which take possession to cross half, and that's why you saw Messenger just throw it away.
Man's inside. Church is denied by Riglieri.
Church by far the Rush's best player in the opening half, and I would dare say this man, Patrick Shumay, the best player for San Diego. That's saying something because Ben McIntosh had a hat trick. I love Shumay's game so far in this one though, Cody.
Connor Robinson back for Berg. Berg sitting on 299 goals. Small flips it. Robinson takes it. Left arm saved by Chiliano. Birch can't get to the loose ball, and Robinson extends the offensive possession. Leclerc to Berg. Boudreau has a pick set on him. Berg back for Leclerc. Boudreau doing a good job pushing him downhill. Leclerc avoids the crease, still has it. Duncan Towns denied.
Heads up play by Verge to scramble back and get that loose ball. That was a reset if that went off of the shoulders of Frank Chiliano.
Brock Haley for Mans. Zach Mans goalless in the opening half. Now he'll drive and he scores. Zach Mans puts it through a pop can and it's 6-5.
Cody, you were the king of the reverse broadcaster jinx tonight, my friend. First, talking about the lack of shorthanded production for San Diego. Bam! Shorthanded goal. Talking about a lack of Zach Mans production. Bam! Zach Mans goal. Steps on the gas here. Realized he had the one-on-one matchup there with Danny Logan as they're paying a ton of attention right now to Robert Church, Aquino, and the rest of those guys. So when you do see a one-on-one matchup, you got to take advantage. Logan has been doing such a good job of sliding whenever Keenan's got it. Mans gets some one-on-ones. He's a little bit of space. He's got his 30th of the season.
Well, Derek Keenan will tell you, don't have to shoot it 100 miles an hour, and Zach Mans just places it perfectly. Accioni gets the ball off the face-off, and the offense looks to tie it for Saskatchewan. Robert Church had 4 goals in the second half of these two teams' meetings earlier in February. Mans for Shanks. Back to Anderson. Levi Anderson one-on-one with Shumay. Anderson trying to flip it back for Mans. Baptiste has it.
And for the Rush now, after we highlighted that Vancouver win over Georgia, the math is simple. Win tonight, you're into the postseason. Meanwhile, for San Diego, holding down the 8th and final spot, they want a little bit of breathing room after this one.
Courier. Kept to the outside by Hossack. Now he's going to cause a turnover. Verch tries to poke that one past McIntosh. Hossack comes in and scoops it up. Matt Hossack to the net, stumped by a Riglieri.
Hossack's buried on that exact opportunity a few times. The veteran defender, though, can't beat the man they call Big Rig for San Diego. Great save of Riglieri.
No goals yet for Matt Hossack. Pardon me, 2 this season. Berg knocked down to the ground. Boudreau's a little slow to get up. The reset was given, and a call is coming against Saskatchewan. McIntosh, little hidden ball trick with Leclerc. Berg on the restraining line, fires. He's stopped by Chiliano. Rush will touch up, and now they'll go to the kill once again.
Boudreau's going to get called for the trip, as you saw Berg on the last chance. Got tangled up between him and Mike Messenger. Brought down to the ground there by Boudreau. And the Rush...
Saskatchewan, number 43, 2 minutes, tripping.
So Saskatchewan, on top of being on the penalty kill, being without one of their best penalty killers, as Jake Boudreau's into the bin of sin here. You see there, his stick gets tangled up with the feet of Berg. Cut and dry call. Great call by our officiating crew. And San Diego goes to the power play.
Todd LeBranch, the crew chief tonight. Berg's up top on the power play. Righty strong look. Watson behind the net. They'll sling it to Leclerc. They like that setup to get things rolling. Berg for Watson again. Backdoor. That pass got picked off by McClellan, and then Berg knocked it free. Wes Berg step down, save made. Rebound, Chiliano again.
Keeping his team in it again, Cody. Barnable couldn't quite get back, and Chiliano forced to make back-to-back big stops.
Berg and small play pass. Berg now denied by Chiliano.
I know Frank Chiliano loves playing against his former team. He didn't like the way things ended between him and the Seals organization.
Barnable tries a dunk attempt behind, and he's saved by Riglier.
Couple extra shots there from White as the physicality on this one gets dialed up to about 11.
A Ryan Barnable dunk goal like that would have had this place pumping. Rusher still short-handed. League lead 9 short-handed goals this year. Small. Berg inside. McIntosh is clobbered.
Connor McClellan getting back there, creating that turnover.
Accioni takes one off his toes and he scores! The Barry boy buries one and it's 6-6.
The awareness there by the sophomore Accioni to realize he had enough time and space to stop and really step into one, and he flat out rips this past Origlieri. Origlieri got about 97% of this shot, but Accioni, just a little step down there. He's able to get the shot away. He sees the defender screaming off the bench, but he's calm, cool, and collected, and it buries his 5th of the season.
Just how he caught that pass alone is something most NLLers would have issue with.
Oh, never mind a guy that's only been in the league for 2 years. Another star in the rise there for Saskatchewan on defense.
Seals power play still has 15 seconds left to work with. Berg for Leclerc. Small now. Small rolls up top. Leclerc. Watson. Far side. That's blocked by Messenger.
That one in the legs. There's no padding there. Also Messenger's 4th block of the night.
Chiliano to Boudreau! Won't make its way behind Riglieri, even though the light flicked on.
Everybody behind Origlieri is screaming goal. They all thought he had it.
Well, Frank the Tank threw an absolute dime, but Jake Boudreau inches away at 6-6 inside SaskTel Center. Welcome back inside SaskTel Center. You know how I told you it was 6-6 beforehand? Well, I'm pretty sure I lied to you here. As they're reviewing the Jake Boudreau breakaway, which in-house we had a look, and on the broadcast we'll have another one, as this appears to have crossed the goal line, making it 7-6 Saskatchewan.
Who would have thought that about 2,000 fans on a St. Patrick's Day celebration would go ahead and get that one right, Cody? We've got some good looks at it here. We're notorious for getting these reviews wrong, but Cody, I think we can fairly safely say it is 7-6 for the Rush. If only determined, and I've said this before, you can tell how confident Jimmy Quinlan is in his challenge by how far he throws the challenge flag. While we were in break, that thing made it all the way past the giant Rush logo at the center floor. So based on the toss, I think Mr. Quinlan's feeling fairly confident. And now we're getting the overhead look at it. And this, to me, thanks to everybody working this game, that's pretty definitive right there. That goes behind Origlieri. That looks like that was from an earlier goal there, Cody. I mean, they all kind of look the same, but this one here, you can see Boudreau. We got the overhead here in-house. And again, it's rare that I'm ever 100% confident in my replay review skills, Cody, but I would make a wager that this is good.
The official
Let's go to Todd.
After review, I'll let you know after the light goes off.
Oh.
I've been told I'm good to go. After After review, the shooter lands inside the crease prior to the ball crossing the line. We have no goal.
There was the call, Cody. I think we're all trying to figure out if it had gone in. Forgot about the feet of Boudreau. And yeah, that foot is down. Great call there, and I'm sure another viral Todd LeBranch moment there, leaving everybody in suspense. So I said for once I was 100% confident, and that's why I should never be on the replay reviews, Cody. That's why I'm up here as a broadcaster and definitely is not part of our officiating crew, because I would 100% be wrong. I saw the overhead. I didn't even think I saw the overhead. I saw it go in. I thought that was the question. Never mind that big neon green left foot of Jake Boudreau.
Let's talk about Mike Messenger for a second. He's had what feels like 5 shot blocks in this game. What's impressed you about his performance? Because I would say this has been one of his better games defensively of the season.
No, certainly. And we were talking about this off air, that it could be a tough night with a couple of matchups there for Messenger, but he's absolutely stepped up. I think veteran guys like him are going to be the guys that benefit the most from the bye week that the Rush are just coming off of. And I mean, for a guy like Mike Messenger, he came into this game, Cody, with 19 blocked shots, 12 caused turnovers. He's now up to at least 23, if not 24. So that takes a toll on the body, because Mike Messenger plays a tough game. The bye week has helped him. He's been absolutely outstanding tonight, but just the pure toughness of Mike Messenger on his birthday. I don't want to spend my birthday getting covered in welts. The birthday bumps stop when you're about 11 or 12, but for Mike Messenger, his birthday bumps, nothing but blocked shots.
Let's go down between the benches. Heather Morrison has more on Matt Accioni.
Well, yes, the last real goal scored by the Saskatchewan Rush has got to be a special one for that guy, because he's playing his twin tonight on the San Diego Seals. We're not seeing Cam Accioni on the field, but he did say that it doesn't matter, still had this game circled on his calendar. His mom, his cousin are here watching. Of course, probably many people tuning in tonight from the Hill Academy, where both Accionis teach, and actually head coach of the San Diego Seals, Pat Merrill, was the one to get found that high school and get it started. So must be hard for them to decide who to cheer for. Makes it a little easier when one of them isn't playing.
Huge save by Frank Chiliano at one end, and now the Rush offense looks to respond. Chiliano up to 25 saves tonight. Tied 6-6. Robert Church punched out by Riglieri. Former Orangeville Northman star. Austin Shanks and Patrick Shumay are getting into it behind the net. Here's Zach Mans trying to go 5-hole. He's stopped by Riglieri.
One extra shot there from Shanks on Patrick Shumay as the officials keep the arms down, just letting the two boys battle behind the net there. Loved every second of it, Cody.
The men wear gear, and they are showing you why right now. As Steve House down in the double team. Ball got knocked free. Accioni and McClellan were all over him. Matt Accioni continues to take his game to absolute new heights.
He reminds me of Jake Boudreau in his second year as well, Cody. I'm seeing the same kind of things I saw to Boudreau when he was young.
Difference is Matt Accioni slid down to 16 in the draft. Austin Shanks put a little anger behind that one. Goes off the defender, Deacon, out of play.
Of course, he's going to him, and Shumay have been battling. Shumay's been battling with everybody out here. I mean, the whole Seals defense have been physical and battling. It's been a great contest, Cody.
Robert Church with the rock. Zawada trying to open up some space. Church runs right into a double team.
Yeah, Zawada tries to open up some space and instead gets to deal with Marquez White.
Cam Woods has his defense playing toughest $2 stakes back there. Here's Leclerc. 18 on the shot clock. Watson off the bench. Zach Currier still looking for his first of the game. Robinson on the roll. Berg caught it off the bounce. One hands that 14 feet wide.
As he gets thrown into the air by the aforementioned Mr. Messenger, who we have discussed stepping up his game tonight. But now, can the Rush crack this San Diego D.
Ryan Keenan, 31 goals on the year, 2 off his career high of 33.
And again, he's been the focal point of this Seals defense, and they have done their job tonight. Keenan has not been able to get anything going. He's made a couple real great heady passes, but in terms of goal scoring, hasn't had a single clean look at the goal.
McIntosh for Leclerc. Courier. Shot clock ticking away. Ben McIntosh, bouncer. Shiliano made the save, trying to get out to the rebound. McIntosh flips it back for Courier. 2-on-5, and the Seals get a reset.
Shiliano trying to get out there in a hurry. It was caught in no man's land, and now back-to-back possessions here for San Diego, wearing down the rush D. Exactly what they want to do.
Inside feed, McIntosh, stumped by Shiliano.
No 4-goal night for you, Ben McIntosh. Another great stick save there by Frank Shiliano. Both goaltenders facing a high degree of difficulty on every shot they've seen tonight. It's been a duel between the two men.
Levi Anderson for Austin Shanks. Back to Anderson. Inside, try to one-touch it to Robert Church.
I get asked all the time, Cody, by new lacrosse fans, what is a legal hit in the league? Watch the San Diego D. That is exactly how you do it. Good, hard, physical defense, good, hard, physical cross-checks to the legal area. Just take a watch. That is exactly what legal physicality is in the NLL.
Leclerc on the roll. A lot of two-hand tough defense from this Seals side, who at times has gotten themselves into discipline issues. Not the story tonight.
Well, no, if you can walk that line, and they're doing that so well tonight, be physical and be effective against a high-skill team like the Rush, that's the key to success against the Rush team that is leading the league in goals scored.
Now a penalty's coming up against San Diego, just like that. 6-on-5. Shiliano's on the bench. Rush have 5 seconds to work with. Anderson back for Haley. He wasn't ready for it. Now backdoor feed, they score! Barnable buzzer beater on the shot clock. It's 7-6.
We mentioned it earlier. Barnable's been sneaking into a regular offensive shift here. There must be something that they've seen in practice that they've really liked about him. For me, he's a physical defender, and he's using some of that physicality here. This time, he's just Johnny on the spot. He's flagging it down, saying, hey, I'm open, and unmarked. Brock Haley sees the bright green at the edge of the crease, and I don't think Ryan Barnable's going to have an easier goal in the National Lacrosse League. And we've got the challenge flag, and I will not make a quick assumption, Cody Jansen, on this one, but I think the challenge, you heard buzzer almost simultaneously when it went into the back of the net behind Origlieri. So this, to me, is the question. I think he's clear of the crease, but the buzzer had gone. Now, was it in the back of the net?
You want to know what I like, and maybe this is a very minuscule fact that only certain people are going to recognize. I talked with Todd LeBranch about a month ago about why do the refs announce every single time San Diego's thrown the challenge flag? We see it on the broadcast. We see it in-house. I've noticed the refs aren't even announcing it. They're going straight to the monitors. It's speeding things up. Just want to tip my cap to the Stripes on that one because it has been very nice.
Certainly.
After review, the call on the field of a good goal is confirmed.
And that's it. See, this is why we love the new replay system in the house. You're right. If you're not taking the time to announce the challenge, if you're going straight to the PC, you know somebody's already had a look at it. Bingo bango. Nobody wants long reviews. Nobody wants to hear, for as much as we'd like to think otherwise, Cody, nobody wants to hear from the two of us. They want to watch lacrosse, and speedy reviews help with that.
Well, Rush Nation wants to stand up and pound their chest. It's 7-6, and they're not taking this one off the board. The Rush have a lead tonight, and it is their first lead of the game.
Yeah, San Diego starting this one, much like they did the other matchup, with a quick 3-bagel in the opening quarter, but the Rush, they continue to put themselves in these holes and battle back. Playing with fire all season long, Cody.
Accioni just took a big hit from Trevor Baptiste. He's up and at it as the battle continues. Now Logan takes liberties on Jake Naso, and things are starting to heat up here right in front of the penalty box.
That was a rugby scrum. There was just bodies flying everywhere off that face-off. You know me.
Baptiste's getting one for sure, and that could be the only one. The refs are disgusting, but it looks like just Trevor Baptiste will be sitting in. The Rush will be going to the power play. Ryan Barnable has his first of the game. Saskatchewan leads 7-6. Saskatchewan going to the power play as Trevor Baptiste got called for the cross-check.
Yeah, we always talk about the comparisons between lacrosse and hockey, lacrosse and basketball. How about lacrosse and rugby? Does this look like an old-school rugby scrum off the draw? You saw bodies flying everywhere, but it's Baptiste that goes a little bit too far. The extra little shot there, you can see there, to Boudreau, throws him to the ground, crosses the line, and you're going to see him sit for 2 minutes in the bin of sin for that one.
Brock Haley up top. It's a righty strong look on the power play. One goal at the man advantage. Robert Church had it, and he's got another. This one sneaks through the left arm of Origlieri. It's 8-6.
When this game was all San Diego, Robert Church came out of a timeout looking like he was in a foul mood. And he has completely turned this game around. Robert Church here on the power play. He just gets the nice little pick in front. Brock Haley ties up the defender there, Zach Currier, the Peterborough native, and he just lets this one rip. So now the Rush, a 2-goal lead after opening this one down 3-0, just 5 minutes in.
18th all-time NLL scoring is Robert Church with 3 tonight, 411 in his career.
Is that good?
Westberg looking for a response. He's sitting on goal 299 tonight. Watson up top. Corey Small fire. Chiliano with the right pad denies him.
Looking for 300 in his 150th game, Cody.
Barnable to Boudreau. Back to Barnable for his second. Won't drop.
Plays defense, but some great forward hands there coming in with the twister. Even bigger save by Origlieri to keep this a 2-goal game.
Trey Leclerc. Little drive inside, trying to go low to high. It went off the knob of Frank Chiliano's stick. And behind the net, Matt Accioni scoops up the loose ball.
Ben McIntosh getting a lot more attention here from the Rush defense after a hat trick in the first half against his former squad.
Currier causes a turnover. Bradley now, he'll drive and score. Graydon Bradley has his first of the season. It's back to a 1-goal game.
And not one for the Mike Messenger highlight reel on that one. The man in number 8, the birthday boy, has had himself one heck of a game tonight, but that one there, firstly created turnover there by Bradley, who's going to run it down the floor, just beat Messenger and go short side on Frank Chiliano. Bradley stepping on the Jets, his first of the season for the Vernon product, who spends his summers playing ball for Langley.
8th of his career as well for the 28-year-old, and now this game is one shot from tie. 2:05 left to go, quarter number 3. Westberg on the logo. Robinson for Currier. Robinson opts not to shoot that one. Tried to hit McIntosh. Currier as the shot clock is expiring. Dangerous there for the Rush to be going for a change with 3 seconds left. Does work out in their favor though.
Yeah, that was all started with Jake Boudreau deciding not to go for that loose ball and going off for a change. Created an opportunity there for San Diego to at least get a shot off. Had they got a reset, would have been panic.
Robert Church avoids the crease. Up top for Shanks. Chris Riglieri, you think about the big save on Barnable. Before that Bradley goal, right? Momentum swings 200 feet.
You stole it right out of my mind, Cody. I was just going to talk about the momentum from the big saves. We saw it first with Frank Chiliano, basically the entire first half, and now Riglieri with his team down by one has been keeping them close in this one.
Little stoppage there as Trey Leclerc wanted a new ball. He'll drive, and he's hammered by Accioni.
Accioni, his brother's not on the floor, but man, he's playing like he wants to prove he's the better of the two twin brothers regardless. With Cam sitting in the press box tonight.
Levi Anderson, spin move inside, no goal. They'll say he stepped in the crease.
Waiting to see the distance if there is a Jimmy Quinlan challenge. This is pretty cut and dry. He's not even looking at it there, but Anderson, that's what I want to see a lot out of him. Use that one-on-one skill. That's why he was drafted so high by Saskatchewan. What a great play there by Anderson.
Zach Currier, little drive around Hossack inside. Little dip and dunk is tonight.
I can't think the Rush are going to be thrilled. There was no in-house replay of that Anderson chance.
While the game's going on, they generally won't. Depends on the building, though. Jeremy Talibi did have the iPad, though, as Robert Church is denied. Got it away just before the quarter comes to a close, and Saskatchewan gets 4 in quarter number 3. They lead 8-7 as Levi Anderson denied by Chris Riglieri, who kept it a 1-goal game.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in SaskTel Center. It's been 10 years since the Rush moved to Saskatchewan. There's been 9 seasons and almost 1 million fans had walked through the doors up until tonight, and the Saskatchewan Rush fans finally crossed that barrier. I think it was the 312th person who came into the building tonight was the 1 million fan. His name is Leonard. He was handed this very special 1 million fan jersey, and Captain Ryan Keenan says, we just have the best fans here in Saskatchewan, and he knew they would be loud here for them tonight as they look to clinch that playoff spot.
Well, the captain has yet to get in the goal column in this one, but boy, the offense in that third quarter looked completely different compared to the opening half.
Certainly, Cody. It seems like they turned it on after the first half as they scored 4 times, and the defense did their job, and Frank Chiliano doing their job holding San Diego to just the 1 goal near the end of the quarter, but this one still up in the air. Remember, a Rush win posts them into the postseason.
Trevor Baptiste, another face-off win. Currier, 4-on-3. Pass it to McIntosh. It went off his shins. Now Matt Hossack has a 3-on-1. Keenan off the bench. Tip drill of Riglieri with the save. Rebound. Hossack denied as well.
Riglieri sliding over like he's playing ball hockey in the driveway with the big stop on that one.
Now Keenan got folded into the Outlaws' corral corner, and San Diego gets their offensive troops on the floor. Watson looking for help. McIntosh. Berg trying to go far side high. Messenger has it. He wants the long bomb, and it's way over the head of Keenan. Riglieri bobbled it though.
Just a little off on the timing of getting the man off the floor and Keenan off the bench. Doing anything they can to try to get the captain going here, as he's been completely shut down by San Diego.
McIntosh for Leclerc. McIntosh, big wind up, and it's friendly fire off of Berg. Hossack now 3-on-2. Anderson and Keenan are off the bench. Anderson for Keenan. Riglieri's keeping his team close.
It's been a complete flip of the first half where it was the Frank Chiliano show. Now Riglieri has stepped up to say he is going to take this team on his back, keep them down by just 1.
Robinson Might have rang some red there. Is Small has the Lucy. Seals offense inches away from tying the ball game. Courier defended by Bobby Kidd III. Accioni up there as well. Courier flips it and Accioni punches it to the corner. Boudreau tries to throw it back. Leclerc throws a check. The Seals are going to have an opportunity here, and their call is boarding on Trey Leclerc, I believe.
It's looking that way. You can't hit somebody in that dangerous area. Trey Leclerc already shaken up a little bit earlier in this one.
Well, Accioni rocked him in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah, and he was getting treatment on that one. He was
33, 2 minutes boarding.
in pain on the bench, then tries to give out some pain, but crosses the line a little bit on that one. Leclerc doesn't like the call, but you know it's a no-go. You can't hit a guy on the numbers up against the boards, as that one, by the look on Boudreau's face, that one might have stung a little bit.
If Boudreau had the ball, there is a slight chance you get away with that. Didn't have the ball. That's why he's in the sin bin. Rush 2 for 3 on the power play so far. Robert Church has both bingos. Mance, Church inside for Keenan. One-timer's over his noggin. Mance, Church, back for Keenan. Quick stick will ring the crossbar.
Best opportunity right there for the captain so far tonight. Finally got a little time and space and got some iron in his diet.
Mance for Keenan. Short side, bounces it out of play.
Looking for the bouncer, spiked it a little bit as the defender slid over. Maybe got in on the hands a little bit or up on the stick there for Keenan.
Seals have one shorthanded goal in this game. Connor Robinson scored a man down in the second quarter. Watson, Guelph product. Robinson again trying to go through a double team. Worked for him in the second quarter. This time it won't as Messenger and Jane dislodge Larocque.
But man, what an effort that Connor Robinson put in to hold on to that one and then instantly chasing down the loose ball. He didn't want to give that thing up.
Penalty kill on the floor for the Seals. Steenhouse and Courier up top. Church on the back pedal. Now he cuts inside. It's behind Riglieri, and it got all tied up in his jersey.
It did. It went off the post as well. He beat him, but he got the post and the back of the jersey.
Man's up top. Haley causing chaos in the center. Shanks has his shot blocked by Shoemake.
Fantastic work there by San Diego on the penalty kill. Couple chances there. Riglieri up to the task. A little bit of iron in the diet as well for the Rush, but San Diego's penalty kill coming up strong at a crucial moment, Cody.
Leclerc's out of the sin bin. Fresh legs after a 2-minute rest. Inside, robbed by Giuliano.
I don't know what part of his body he got on that, but just an incredible athletic save by the reigning goaltender of the year.
Low-scoring one here as we enter the final 10 minutes of regulation. Keenan, short side again. Deacon up the floor. DeChico tries to jam that one low and short side. It'll be over and back on San Diego, and with 9:48 left to go in quarter number 4, we're at our media timeout. Frank Giuliano now up to 32 saves in the game. This one is a dandy.
This is the moment you waited all week for. The March to May is heating up. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
Warriors. Bandits.
Oh, what a move!
The NLL returns to TSN in Week 19.
NLL's March to May is brought to you by Hotel Planner. Travel smarter with exclusive NLL fan discounts at nll.hotelplanner.com. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL.
An intense defensive battle here at Saskatchewan Center. The Rush leading San Diego 8-7. Not surprising, as both these teams are good at keeping it out of their nets. Coming into this one, San Diego 6th in the league in goals against per game. The Rush 3rd. You see the product of that here tonight.
Levi Anderson will try and drive. Finds Church, who puts it in the logo of the Seals netminder. Danny Logan, 28-year-old Denver product, makes way for the forwards. Robinson's the 5th one out the front gate. Leclerc has it up top. Hard pick got set as Hossack's taken out of the play. Robinson stopped.
Robinson trying to go over Hossack like a hurdle there. Hossack sticking out the hip check, but that created the grade A scoring opportunity for 96 in white and purple.
Brock Haley backdoor feed for Anderson. Haley's having himself a heck of a night. 4 assists already. That's tied a career high for him. DeChico up the floor, 3-on-2, back for Berg to DeChico, and he can't get the one-timer away. Deacon stopped as well.
Deacon Johnny on the spot after the missed pass there by DeChico. Couple more grade A chances. You look at this, every time San Diego comes out of a break, they like to run it, and that creates chaos. So expect to see that here in the dying minutes.
Man's inside, scores! 2 for number 2, and it's 9-7.
The Rush have rarely gotten inside on the San Diego defense. This time, Mans finds a little time and space, and that's all he needs to go top corner there on Origlieri. Zach Mans basically in and out with a quick stick there. Josh Sawad, another young guy having a great game. Almost in one motion, Mans picks it up, picks a corner, and picks his team up to a 2-goal lead here with 8:22 left, Cody.
Same spot he scored earlier as the summer ball teammates at the Shamrocks. Get into it one more time, and now those grade A chances that the Seals didn't capitalize on become that much bigger. Down by 2, 8 minutes to go. Plenty of time, but the Seals, sitting at 500, run the risk of potentially dropping out of a playoff spot this weekend. Leclerc's up top. Jay's strong defense. Courier will drive. Courier scores! Oh no, it's going to be waved off. They'll say he was down in the crease.
We wait for a second look at that one, as we're having an equipment problem here for Frank Chiliano. And I think we're going to have a discussion amongst our officiating crew.
We might have had differentiating calls here. I don't know what they're talking exactly about. Here's the airtime. Was he down before it was over the goal line? You tell me.
We've already got one quite wrong tonight, Cody, so we're not going to rule in on this one.
Challenge flag is out.
Rightfully so. We're going to get a few looks at this one. But how big is this goal going to be if it stands for Zach Courier? Seriously had a chance for the Rush to pull away. They started to look like they were doing it. Zach Courier responds the best way to the 2-goal lead, goes in and takes it himself.
The challenge flag was thrown, but it was after the 30-second requirement.
Well, Toggle Branch says put it back in your pocket. It was after the 30-second count.
Well, and I'm going to suggest that that was probably a goal. Got to make your decisions quick in this league, Cody.
Veteran officials, they've got the clock going, and LeBranch says it's a little too late.
Well, remember, it's not 30 seconds of game time. It's a real 30 seconds after the play that you have to challenge it. So,
Austin Shanks, his pass got knocked down by Bradley, and then he uses his hand on the ball. Now behind the play, Jay almost got tripped up in that line change. Almost led to a 3-on-2 the other way. Rush, other defenders got out there quickly. LeClaire behind the net. Small drop down. Kid the third. Tough defense. Courier. Opportunity again up for Robinson, and Accione's in there to give him one.
Little bobble there on the loose ball by Robinson gave Accione that chance to step on the gas and get over.
And the Rush give it right back.
Some tired Rush legs out there. San Diego has to take advantage here.
McIntosh, hands were free, over to Watson, and that pass got picked off by Hosek, but they'll say back into the crease. We're talking millimeters when he caught it, but he stepped back in the red. Trey LeClaire, one in the game, came in the opening quarter. Has had a plethora of chances. Courier again, one-on-one with Jay. It's Watson.
Arm safe there, Chiliano.
LeClaire, double step down. Boudreau's on the rebound in the crease.
What a shift there by some very tired Rush defenders. They were out there for a full 2 minutes against the San Diego onslaught. Lucky to get away with one there, the Rush.
Josh Zawada on the co-op field logo for Levi Anderson. Levi Anderson now dancing around. Far side shot, save made by a Riglieri. If Anderson scores, his friends from lacrossing barriers out in Calgary who are sitting front row would have gone nuts. Berg bounces this one out of play. Scott and the crew from Alberta all here in attendance this weekend. Boudreau bounces that one over to Mans, and Mans happy to slow it down and eat some more clock.
Great play, James Barkley getting out there and shadowing Zach Mans off the bench, because it looked like Mans was going to have another one of those in transition chances.
Keenan for Church. Church has a 5-point game going on. Levi Anderson not ready for the pass. Chico scans the floor. LeClaire going downhill. One hand on his stick. Stepped in the crease before he made that pass. And 4:54 left to go, quarter number 4. The Rush have flipped the script. They lead 9-7. Zach Mans with his second of the game has the home side up by a pair.
Welcome back inside SaskTel Center. The Saskatchewan Rush leading the San Diego Seals 9-7. And this was looking like it was all good for San Diego in the first half. As you can see, they were outscoring the Rush 6-4, but they have come back. Have Saskatchewan take the lead, and a big game for both of these clubs. It's simple. Saskatchewan wins tonight with a Vancouver victory. They're into the postseason. Meanwhile, San Diego still sitting in that bubble, battling for that 8th spot, but definitely not a team I would want to see in the first round. Rochester playing tomorrow. So if San Diego drops a 3rd in a row tonight, all eyes going to be on the Nighthawks.
Mans will run it by Logan. Chiliano's on the bench, so it's a 6-on-5 look here. Inside was Anderson. He was all alone in that pass. If that got through, Anderson had a wide open look.
Certainly. Chiliano was a little slow getting back. I thought San Diego had a chance to turn up the temperature on him.
McIntosh for Berg. Held scoreless tonight. Courier. Thought he had one earlier. It got waved off. McIntosh, far side. Jane floats it ahead. Boudreau's got to keep his head up as DeChico beat him to the bouncer.
That's 2 or 3 times that San Diego has sprung off the bench and broken up those long passes here from Saskatchewan. DeChico now, big play. Time to turn it into something here if you're the Seals.
He might have just got away with one after a leg-on-leg collision. No call coming. Courier, hands free in the middle. Opts not to shoot. Passes to LeClaire. LeClaire will drive inside. Got to the middle once again. 2 to shoot. Watson Save made by Chiliano, and then Leclerc took a crack at it, but they'll say since that rebound popped up, it's fair game.
100% it is. Great call by the officiating crew. Chiliano in the rush might not like it, but heady play there by Trey Leclerc.
McIntosh again. 5-hole attempt, and Frank Chiliano sits on it.
Yeah, that's where Benny Mack has had a ton of success going. 5-hole and Chiliano, but Chiliano makes the adjustments here in the second half, and he's been able to stonewall him so far. Chiliano's just been so good tonight.
38 saves so far. 37, pardon me, for Frank Chiliano. He's 2-0 against his former team, the San Diego Seals, with an .825 save percentage. Keenan has it, 8 on the shot clock. Keenan now trying to go 5-hole. Ariglieri got it, and Keenan's going to get the reset.
One of the rare looks that Ryan Keenan has had tonight. San Diego has completely neutralized the Rush's top scorer this season.
He had a goal and 5 points in their last meeting, only has 2 assists tonight. Brock Haley down for Zawada. 7 on the shot clock. Zawada now cuts inside, and he'll take a strike at Chris Ariglieri. That's going to put the Seals on the power play with 2:26 left to go in the fourth, as Zawada was not pushed into the Seals netminder.
Well, and you had to know after Watson got the call earlier in this game while being pushed in, you know if you're going anywhere near that goaltender, you're going to see it. And that's exactly what happens to Zawada here. I know he's trying to go airborne and score, but it's his responsibility to stay away from the legs.
79, 2 minutes goaltender interference.
So the fans don't like it, but you knew after the Watson call that the Rush weren't getting away with anything near the legs of Ariglieri. Bradley, just a nice little play to break it up here, keeping Zawada from pulling it back near side. Zawada into the legs, correct call. And more drama here for Saskatchewan Center.
Seals on the power play, down by 2. Berg has Leclerc up top. Over to Small. Back for Leclerc. Leclerc now low to high, he scores. 1-goal game as Trey Leclerc has his second tonight.
What a rip, Cody. Just a great shot by Trey Leclerc. He's been shaken up most of the second half, but you give him some space up top there, and wow, what a bullet by Leclerc. I don't think I've seen a guy shoot that hard from that angle, and that just makes it such a difficult stop for Chiliano. Leclerc taking out his pain and rage on that one and cutting the lead down to 1.
89 career goals for 33 in White, and this one makes it a 1-goal contest with 2:05 left to play.
Baptiste again gets the better of Jake Naso on a big face-off there. I would argue Baptiste the best in the league right now, coming in at 77%.
Courier for Burke. Rush have played overtimes in 3 of their last 4. Chiliano left arm save on Robinson. Courier again. Leclerc looking for the hat trick. Back for Courier. Courier spins away, and Hossack with the cause turnover.
Might have got away with one there. That stick got a little high and caused the turnover, but the Rush will take it in the dying moments here, Cody.
Now Accioni put Shume in a blender trying to avoid contact. Keenan looking to kill the remaining 12 seconds of this shot clock. Anderson has it. 65 seconds left in regulation. Anderson rips one off the crossbar.
What a shot there, Levi Anderson. Ariglieri moved for a split second. Anderson got it away.
Almost put this one to bed. Instead, he puts it in row 7. Robert Church. 3 goals, 5 points this evening. Do the Rush have one more in them? Church with Shanks. Church spins back. Ball got knocked free. He has it. 5 to shoot. Robert Church now. He'll drive inside. Stopped by Ariglieri.
Remember that play by Barkley here. If they're able to tie it up here.
Shumay now knocked off the ball. Matt Hosick emptied it, scores! Matty March makes it 10-8 Saskatchewan.
Shumay was the best defender for San Diego the entire night, but Matt Hosick does what he's done his entire career, and that is create turnovers. That is exactly what he did in a key moment here. San Diego trying to go quick. Shumay was out there. There's a bit of confusion at the bench. They had too many bodies. They were trying to go quick, get the forwards out there. Shumay didn't really have any options. That caused the hesitation, and that's what caused the turnover there by Hosick. A little bit of chaos. The Rush take advantage.
Well, you're walking the plank, trying to peruse the center line with Matt Hosick on you. 5 seconds left to go. McIntosh, far side, scores.
This ain't over yet, Cody.
And that is exactly why the Matt Hosick marker is valuable. This game can twist and turn on you in the blink of an eye, and Ben McIntosh has his 4th of the game to make it 10-9.
Well, McIntosh, just such a vintage night. Another low goal from McIntosh on Chiliano. Now, interesting here, Cody, as going against Baptiste is going to be Mike Messenger and not the face-off specialist Nason.
They're just trying to hold this on the ground or get in the way. Again, if Messenger takes a penalty, it is what it is. The clock's going to expire, and that is why you would put one of the strongest players in the league and Mike Messenger on him.
Well, and no disrespect to Jake Naso, but he's 5'9", 180, while Mike Messenger is 6'2", 225, going up against another large man in Trevor Baptiste at 5'10", 220. Messenger getting directions here at the bench from Derek Keenan, Rush's head coach, and you know that's it. It's just scrum it up, make it ugly, use your size. Meanwhile, if you're Baptiste, you want to pop and go.
So now I wonder if they're going to add some time. Todd LeBranch will tell us.
Confirm good goal. The clock will be reset to 5 seconds.
You get a clean face-off win, you have a chance. The Rush will have to play man-on-man to the best of their abilities, but it does come down to the drum.
Matt Hosick out there barking out orders to the Rush D. Everybody knows who they're responsible for. Got McIntosh behind the net. Berg, who's been shut out in the shooter spot. And it comes down to this. Messenger, Baptiste.
Messenger perfectly in the way. And for the second straight season, Saskatchewan is off to the dance.
What a battle here tonight, Cody. We knew somebody's losing streak was going to come to an end. You knew that either the Rush were going to suffer their first loss at home or San Diego just their second loss on the road. But just a great battle. We talked about this being a potential playoff matchup, and for both teams, I don't think they want to see each other in the postseason. They just match up so well with each other. Great battle, great goaltending, clutch plays there, but I think the exclamation mark being that Matt Hosick turnover and empty net goal at the end of it.
Well, big performances all around. Saskatchewan able to sneak out a win. They've played 4 of their last 5 have been 1-goal games. Tonight's 3 stars of the game are brought to you by TFL. John?
And tonight, we had lots of stars out there, but the top 3 to me, star number 3, Frank Chiliano, the Rush goaltender. 39 saves, 48 shots, and Cody, about 10 of those, 90% of the goaltenders in the league probably don't come up with a stop. Second star, Ben McIntosh, a vintage night for a guy we watched here in Saskatchewan for a lot of years. Gets to his 350th goal with 4 tonight. But the first star, the man who turned this game around. The Rush were left for dead, KO'd on the mat, and springing up Undertaker style was Robert Church. 3 goals, 2 assists in this one.
7 goals in 2 games against San Diego. The Rush 2-0 against their California foes. Frank Giuliano now 3-0 all-time against his former team. But tonight, the story, the one and only Robert Church. She's down on the floor with Heather Morrison.
So Robert, not only did you end what potentially could have been ended up in a little bit of a losing streak, you have clinched your spot in the playoffs. How does that feel?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, that's the first goal when you start the season. So yeah, we're just trying to keep winning games, and we got a tough schedule in the year, but one done, so now we got to move on to Toronto next week.
Yeah, let's talk about that in a second, but first let's pause a moment for Frank Giuliano. How great was he tonight?
Amazing. I mean, those fourth quarter saves are outrageous, and without Frank making those stops, there's no chance we win this game.
This league has so much parity in it. What does it take to beat Toronto next week?
Yeah, Toronto's they're a good team. They're on a roll. It's going to take everything we got, and we're going to have to start early and play a full 60 to get a dub against them.
All right, thank you. Enjoy the celebration.
Robert Church, 5 points tonight, including a hat trick, but Frank Giuliano, 23 saves in that second half. A phenomenal effort, top to bottom, by this Saskatchewan Rush team that is now 11-3 and has clinched a spot in the National Lacrosse League playoffs. The March to May is officially on. The Rush take this one 10-9 over San Diego. For myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison, the entire production crew, thanks for hanging out with us on a Saturday night from Toontown.